So why are so many people choosing Panama? First off, the cost of living is a huge draw. You can enjoy a comfortable life here, covering rent, healthcare, fresh local food, and even a few luxuries for around $2,000 to $2,500 a month. In many U.S. cities, that amount wouldn't even cover your rent. But Panama isn't just affordable, it offers a whole new way of living. This country is stunning and incredibly diverse. You've got sunny beaches, lush green mountains, dense rainforest, and bustling city life, often just a few hours apart. The weather, warm and tropical all year long. Think Miami vibes, minus the hurricanes. It's also a lot safer than people think. While nowhere is perfect, plenty of expats say they actually feel more secure here than they did back in the U.S., especially in peaceful towns like Boquete, Coronado, and El Valle. And the food? It's fresh, flavorful, and won't break the bank. You'll find local markets full of tropical fruits and vegetables, plenty of seafood, and thanks to a growing international community, a wide mix of global cuisine. But what truly sets Panama apart is the people. Panamanians are friendly, relaxed, and welcoming. Life moves at a gentler pace here. People really take the time to connect. If you show respect, come with an open mind, and try to blend in, chances are you'll feel right at home. That mindset matters. You're not coming to recreate the U.S. You're coming to experience something different. Learn some Spanish. Be patient. Things may not always run on your schedule, but that's part of the beauty. For the people you're about to hear from, moving to Panama wasn't about running away. It was about running towards something better, a simpler life, a more meaningful one. And who knows, maybe it's exactly what you've been searching for too. But before we begin, please make sure to leave a like so this video can get to those who really need to see it. And please consider subscribing to help us get up in the algorithm to pump out more content like this. We're enjoying making these. We learn a lot about what's happening outside the States from making these.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
By moving to another country. By moving to Panama. That's how. Yeah. That's how.
A lot of people are still sleeping on Panama, and Panama is a hidden gem, yo. A lot of people in Latin American countries move to Panama because they can make money in US dollars, which is higher currency for them to be able to send back home. Pretty much it's paired to the US dollar 1-to-1, right? So think about it.
A small country well known by many as a great retirement location is Panama. The climate is ideal. You can enjoy outdoor activities year-round without harsh winters. They have low-cost healthcare, affordable housing, and all kinds of inexpensive travel opportunities. So it makes Panama an excellent place for retirees and anyone else seeking a more peaceful pace of life. Accommodations, transportation are very cheap. You have access to Western trained healthcare. It's fantastic. Panama is also one of the safest countries in Latin America. It's got low crime and hardly any natural disaster threats.
When you say Panama City, most Americans think about this place, but they never know about the one that's 10 times the size and looks like Dubai. You know, with crazy buildings like this thing, and the Trump Tower, and a really pretty old town too. I think it's because most folks write off Panama as like another poor Central American country, when in reality, after you adjust for cost of living, it's wealthier than 2 American states and about as wealthy as Portugal, Croatia, or Latvia, which people typically think of as first world countries. I mean, seriously, look at this place. Absolutely no hate to PCB, but you gotta give some respect to PCP. Wait.
So at this point, I think we've all heard that Panama is a top option for Americans moving abroad. So let's see what it's all about. Panama is a Central American city bordering Costa Rica and Colombia. Approximately 4.5 million people call it home, with 1.8 million living in its capital city, Panama City. Miami would probably be the most comparable to Panama City in terms of climate, landscape, and general vibe, but Miami is going to be significantly more expensive. In Panama City, average rent for a 1-bedroom is probably going to be about $550 a month for an unfurnished apartment. Miami, that would probably be closer to $2,000 to $3,000. Fun fact, Panama City was not named after the country was named after its capital city. So when the Spanish colonizers arrived in the 1500s, the city was already called Panama. It was a fishing village, and the word itself is an indigenous word meaning an abundance of fish. The climate is hot and humid, with seasons accurately described as dry and rainy, but with its proximity to the equator, it does not see much change in daylight hours. So you'll typically have 12 hours of daylight all year round, with maybe a half-hour variation throughout the year. Currency exchange for Americans is easy peasy because the official currency, the Balboa, is tied to the US dollar. So it's a one-to-one exchange rate, and USD is commonly accepted. Spanish is the official language, but English is not uncommon in metropolitan areas. Venue change. I found differing answers about the education system in Panama. It seems that they're ranked low in math and science, but they have high literacy rates. So if you are going to be raising a family there, I would just look into that a little bit more. Lastly, healthcare. Affordable healthcare is one of the biggest draws for people moving to Panama. The cost of insurance, hospital visits, doctor fees are all significantly less expensive than they are in the US with the same quality of care. There are several hospitals affiliated with US hospitals, including Hospital Punta Pacifica in Panama City, which is a Johns Hopkins affiliate. Panama Part 2, Culture and Lifestyle, coming soon.
A lot of times people will ask, like when we're talking to them, what kind of visa we came to Panama on, because a lot of people don't know about different visa processes in different countries, let alone Panama and all of that. So we could have done a friendly nations visa if we really wanted to, because the United States is on that list of friendly nations, so they have a pathway for us to get a visa through a friendly nations visa. But we actually went another route, and we went a retirement visa, which I know a lot of people will come and say, like, you're too young to be retired, and that's absolutely right. I am not retired, I am still working, but my husband is military, so he was able to qualify for it because they don't have an age requirement in Panama for their retirement visa. You just have to prove that you have like a lifelong income. So we had to get stuff signed off and sealed and stamped and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, we are here on a retirement visa through him and through the military, and through his income that he gets through the VA there, which has just made it really nice and really easy, and it really does give us some benefits in the long run and moving forward. So it really is the one that made the most sense for us and our family.
9 reasons why veterans are relocating to Panama. Number 1, generally a lower cost of living than many places in the States. If you're a single person, I recommend $2,500 a month. All right, if it's sponsor plus dependent, $4,000 a month, and you're living in a damn nice apartment. You got going out to eat whenever you want, going out and having you drink whenever you want, entertainment. You could do that quite easily here in Panama. Healthcare. If you got TRICARE, CHAMP VA, or a foreign medical program, you've got access to a number of clinics and hospitals here in Panama. That's a big deal. Next, veterans benefits through the Pensionado program. It's not actually veterans benefits, but you get Pensionado discounts on travel, entertainment, pharmacy, utilities. That can add up to about average 25 to 30% discount per month on normal cost of living. Another big deal. The veteran community here in Panama is growing. All right, it leaps and bounds. So whatever you run into, I can almost guarantee you that either myself or another veteran here in Panama can walk you through it. All right, we'll get the answer that you need. Geography and climate. Not any snow here, and there ain't no freaking hurricanes. You either got tropical environment or you got spring-like environment, climate, depending on where you live. Accessibility. From Panama City to Houston, Atlanta, Miami, you're basically looking at 3 hours. So if you got a family emergency, you need to go back and see your kids, you need to go back for healthcare reasons, whatever it is, you're basically looking at 3.5 hours max. Legal and residency ease. So if you get $1,000 a month of lifetime income because of retired military benefits or 100% permanent and total or TDIU, you're going to qualify for the Pensionado as long as you've got a clean background. And once those documents are in order and you arrive here, we're going to have an ID card in your hand in 3 or 4 days. It's quick. Safety and stability. Panama is considered one of the safest countries in Central and South America. All right, it's relatively safe here. Last, tax advantages. Panama doesn't tax foreign sourced income. So your military retirement benefits, VA disability, not taxed in Panama. That's 9 quick reasons. If you want to know more, click that Learn More. Let's set up a 1-hour chat. Let me answer all your questions and concerns. I want to help you. All right? I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Top 4 most popular expat locations to live in Panama. Not in any particular order, but we'll start off with Panama City is number 1. It is a huge metropolitan city with an incredible skyline of skyscrapers. It ranks higher to live in than Miami and Dubai as far as major international cities. It also has an incredibly large international airport that serves as a prime hub for world travel. It's centrally located. You can pretty much get any place in the world from Panama because it's a city. You have a different restaurant you could eat in every night with a diverse array of restaurants, nightlife, rooftop bars, malls, parks, and much, much more. However, the typical weather is usually in the 80s and 90 degrees and humid most of the year round, so it is definitely on the warm side. And number 2 would be Coronado. Coronado is a highly developed beach town on the Pacific coast of Panama. It's just about an hour and a half from Panama City, not too far. It has an enormous expat community, but it's been building up for years. So it has its supermarkets, movie theaters, shopping mall, restaurants, beauty salons, banks, hotels, luxury golf clubs, and more. The beach is not quite like the white sandy beaches of the Caribbean. It's not the greatest for swimming, but it is beautiful for boating. It is known for its more of a surfer vibe, and it's beautiful. Though there is plenty to keep you busy with monthly and weekly dinner parties and cocktail get-togethers. It's a very tight-knit community of expats, and it's typically also in the 80s and 90s and humid most year round. And of course, number 3 is Boquete. Boquete is a small town situated in a valley high up in the western mountain ranges of Panama. It's noted for its dramatic hills, its whitewater mountain streams, and lush green forest. It's surrounded by scenic mountain views. It also boasts a huge expat community. It's known for its cool breezes and comfortable weather year-round. It has a vast array of top-rated restaurants. Actually, I believe there's about 70 to 80 restaurants there. Some of them actually ranking in 4 and 5-star ratings. So if you don't want to have to turn on your air conditioner or heat and you want a more comfortable weather to live in, Boquete would be for you. It's typically, like I said, in the 60s and 70s. So it does get a little cool at night, and it's beautiful year-round. So it's like spring-like weather. And then, of course, there is Bocos del Toro. It is located on the Caribbean side of Panama. It is very popular with tourists and vacationers, but it's also great for expats and retirees. It's made up of a group of beautiful islands. It's known for its boat tours, snorkeling, scuba diving, bars, restaurants, dive lessons, live music venues, and of course, the beaches, which are beautiful. Some of these islands you could go to and actually have beautiful white sand beaches all to yourself. It's truly a vacationer's paradise, and the year-round lows are in the mid-70s, and the highs are in the 80s, making for a beautiful climate for destination and living. So there you have it. But now make sure you like and follow. This is very important because my next video, I'm going to show you exactly where I'm looking to relocate in Panama, and you don't want to miss that. Because this is a golden opportunity. It's something you may be very much interested in looking into yourself. So make sure you like and follow so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next video.
My husband and I will be moving to Panama in 25 days. Making this move has been both exciting and overwhelming, all at the same time. We're down to the wire and on the fast track to getting rid of everything, and I do mean everything. If it doesn't fit in 2 suitcases and 2 carry-ons, it's not coming with us. That's the overwhelming part. The exciting part is just looking forward to this new adventure. So what are we taking? We're learning from friends who are already there that we don't need to bring much. We'll be renting, and we decided that Panama City is going to be our home for at least the first 6 months to a year. We already have lots of friends who live in the city, and we think that will make for a softer landing for us. We will not be buying a car. Public transportation there, subway, buses are fast, dependable, and extremely clean. Taxis and Ubers are plentiful. All of the rental units that we're looking at are fully furnished. Living room, dining room, fully stocked kitchen. We'll bring our own bed sheets, basically because we're a little picky. about softness, but we really don't need to do that. After our first year, we may decide to transition to beach life, but who knows? Right now, we're just looking forward to the warmer weather and a slower pace of life.
Hey TikTok, this is the follow-up to our last video explaining the reasons why we chose Panama to be our new home. The first reason was the one that kind of kicked off this whole search for a new place to live, was the fact that we could actually afford oceanfront property for cheaper than a condo would have been in Seattle where we were living, or in LA where we were thinking of living, and at the same time the cost of living in Panama is way lower than either of those places.
You can see here that you could own your own 9-acre private island for only $150,000. The weather in Panama is always warm, so we can wear shorts and t-shirts year-round comfortably.
And they have high-quality healthcare that's affordable even without insurance. I spent $140 to get my teeth cleaned, and Bree spent $25 getting a consultation at a clinic when she was sick.
Panama City is only a 3-hour flight from Miami, which means that I'm close to my family that lives in South Florida, and it puts us really close to the US in case we need to go back for anything. This also means that we're in US time zones, making it really easy to communicate or work with people back in the States.
Panama has a strong economy bolstered by the Panama Canal and all the trade that passes through it.
While the official currency of Panama is the Balboa, it's tied 1-to-1 with the US dollar, so all transactions are done using US dollars.
There are a lot of things specific to living on an island in Boquete del Toro that we really love, like the fact that there's no traffic because we boat everywhere.
We also love that we can live in the jungle in the Caribbean, surrounded by nature. This is what it looks like from our front porch at sunset. There's a ton of different fruits that grow on our property, like bananas, coconuts, and pineapple. And the beaches look like this.
And there's no shortage of fun activities only 10-minute boat ride from our house, like going to the floating bar for yoga and drinks, or going scuba diving. And there are tons of other great reasons why Panama made sense for us to move to, but we can't even get into all of them because there's so many. Let us know in the comments if there's any that you want us to elaborate on, or anything we didn't even touch on that you'd like to hear more about.
Hi, I'm Kate. I currently live in the United States and I'm moving to Panama at the end of this month. I'm here to share my relocation experience and my reflections on traveling, working, and living abroad in Central America. In my last video, I answered some questions I've gotten about my upcoming move, and I started to talk about my experience finding housing. I know nothing about the apartment rental market in Panama City, but I had an idea of what I was looking for, and I hoped my requirements would align with available properties. My dream wish list was to sign a 1-year rental lease on a 1-bedroom apartment that is within walking distance of my office, furnished so I wouldn't need to invest in a lot of furniture and other things. I wanted to pay below a certain price point so that I could save money while living abroad and live alone for the first time in my life. I connected with a realtor, but I also browsed Encuentra 24 daily and started submitting requests for places that looked interesting. Finally, someone reached out to me and told me that while the apartment I was interested in was already taken, he had a new one that had only been listed for about 17 hours. Although I'm not entirely sure, it seemed to be a good deal. And after doing a video tour and asking one of my kind coworkers to see the place in person, I put in an offer that got accepted. It checks all of my boxes, except it's actually a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's way too much space for me if I'm being honest, but I'm really hoping it'll encourage friends and family to come visit me since they'll have a nice place to stay. Once I get to Panama and settle in, I will share a video tour of the apartment.
Well, first of all, we use the same American currency here as the US dollar. Panama, we use the English as a second language. Panama, due to the American influence that we had here for over 100 years, we have a lot of business that are American, such as fast foods. We have a lot of restaurants, chains, for example, and we have a lot of the concept of the malls. Hi, my name is Hassem Kafrouni. I'm a real estate agent here in Remax Life.